Welcome to Eat Smart, Live Happy! Today, we're diving into a topic that affects millions, yet often goes unnoticed until it's too late. Have you ever wondered how a healthy brain truly feels? Or maybe you're curious, what happens when the brain isn't healthy? This isn't just about memory slips or feeling foggy. An unhealthy brain can reveal itself in ways we might never expect. But could you even recognize the symptoms? Now, before we jump in, a quick note, this video is for educational purposes. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, reach out to a healthcare professional for advice. Let's start by imagining your mind as a complex machine, one that's running 24/7. But unlike our smartphones or computers, we don't get a warning light when things aren't running smoothly up there. Our brains communicate with us in subtle ways, almost like whispers that we need to learn to hear. Have you felt unusually tired? Or maybe you've struggled to concentrate on tasks you once found easy? It's easy to brush these off as stress or just a busy week. But what if these signs are your brain's way of telling you something deeper is going on? Is your brain in trouble? 12 key symptoms to watch out for. Let's start with something common yet powerful: frequent headaches. Sure, we all get them once in a while, but if you're getting them regularly, it could mean that your brain isn't receiving the oxygen or blood flow it needs. People with high or low blood pressure and even anemia are more prone to these headaches, and it might be your brain's way of signaling, "I need better circulation." And what about waking up throughout the night? You know those nights where you keep checking the clock? This could actually be a sign of elevated cortisol, the body's main stress hormone. When cortisol spikes, it disrupts deep sleep, which is essential for brain regeneration and mental clarity. Then, there's something we all dread: brain fog. Ever struggle to concentrate in the morning? Maybe your thoughts feel heavy, like they're stuck in slow motion. Brain fog is often tied to a diet heavy in sugar and refined carbs, which can lead to insulin resistance in the brain. Could this be what's holding your focus back? And here's a big one: mood swings. Have you noticed sudden shifts in your mood? Anxiety, irritation, or feeling low without any clear reason? These shifts might come from imbalances in blood sugar or even a compromised blood-brain barrier. When this barrier isn't working well, toxins can seep into the brain, stirring up some big emotional waves. Depression is another major signal. It can often stem from long-term stress, fear, or anxiety affecting our brain's ability to balance neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. Have you ever wondered if your emotional lows are more than just having a bad day? Then, there's dizziness. Occasional dizziness is one thing, but if it's happening frequently, it might mean your brain isn't getting enough blood flow or that you have a deficiency in nutrients like vitamin B12 or iron. These are essential for brain health. Let's talk about excessive anxiety. It's more than just feeling nervous before a big event. Constant, uncontrollable worry might indicate that your brain is stuck in fight or flight mode, which can often be traced back to an overactive amygdala. Do you find it hard to learn new things? Learning difficulties may be tied to low levels of acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter crucial for forming memories and making new connections. And if you're eating too many processed carbs, it could even lead to insulin resistance in your brain, blocking the nutrients needed for learning. Ever feel like you can't sit still? Restlessness might be a sign of hormonal imbalances, like too much cortisol or dopamine. It's your body's way of saying it's time to find balance. Here's another clue: difficulty communicating. If you're struggling to find the right words, or to understand what others are saying, it could be due to brain cell loss over time. This happens naturally, but if it's getting worse, it might be a red flag. And what about short-term memory loss? Can you remember what you had for lunch yesterday? If not, your brain might be missing out on essential nutrients or physical activity, both crucial for memory retention. Finally, if you're experiencing constant fatigue, even after a full night's sleep, it could be a sign of chronic stress or a nutrient deficiency. When your brain is exhausted, everything in life feels harder. So, do any of these sound familiar? The good news is, there are steps we can take to support brain health, and we're going to cover more of those here on Eat Smart, Live Happy. From diet to toxins, the real reasons your brain health is at risk. Let's start with one big culprit, processed carbs. Ever notice how after a big meal of refined carbs, like white bread, pasta, or sugary snacks, you feel sluggish and foggy? It's not a coincidence. Diets high in processed carbs can lead to insulin resistance in the brain, which affects memory, focus, and even mood. So, is your diet giving your brain the fuel it needs, or is it draining its energy? Next up is stress. Yes, we all deal with stress, but when it becomes constant, it's like pouring fuel on a fire. Chronic stress pumps cortisol into your system, and too much cortisol can actually shrink areas of the brain responsible for memory and learning. Think about it. Are you giving yourself time to unwind, or are you letting stress run the show? And what about sleep? Good, restorative sleep isn't just a luxury, it's a necessity for a healthy brain. When you don't get enough quality sleep, your brain struggles to flush out toxins, which can lead to mental fog, low energy, and mood swings. Have you noticed how even one bad night's sleep can throw your whole day off? Then, there's something we often overlook: environmental toxins. From pollution to chemicals in our food and products, we're constantly exposed to toxins. These harmful substances can cross the blood-brain barrier, leading to inflammation and even cell damage over time. Do you know what's in your environment, and is it affecting your brain more than you realize? Finally, let's talk about nutritional deficiencies. Our brains need a wide range of nutrients, from omega-3 fatty acids to vitamins like B12 and minerals like magnesium. Without these, our brains can't perform at their best. Are you getting enough of these brain-boosting nutrients in your diet? Each of these factors, diet, stress, sleep, toxins, and nutrition, plays a crucial role in brain health. So, how many of these could be affecting your brain right now? Brain-boosting foods, how to eat smart for mental clarity. First up, let's look at fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and anchovies. These fish are packed with DHA and EPA, two omega-3 fatty acids that are like super fuel for your brain. Think of them as the nutrients that build up your brain tissue and keep it strong and resilient. How often do you get these brain-boosting fish in your diet? Next, cutting out vegetable oils and sugars can make a big difference. We're talking about swapping out those processed oils, like canola and soybean oils, and reaching for healthy fats instead. Try coconut oil or grass-fed butter. These fats give your brain clean energy without the inflammation that vegetable oils can cause. Could a simple switch like this help clear up your brain fog? Then there's a powerful shift, going low carb. Did you know that too many carbs can lead to inflammation in the brain? Cutting back to under 50 grams of carbs a day can help reduce this inflammation, making it easier to think, focus, and remember. Imagine waking up with a clear mind, ready to tackle whatever comes your way. Is it time to try a lower carb lifestyle? Now, here's an insider's tip: magnesium L-threonate. This specific form of magnesium can reduce stress and help grow new neurons in the hippocampus, the part of your brain that's all about learning and memory. Adding it to your daily routine could be the mental boost you're looking for. Have you ever thought about using supplements to support your brain? And here's a game changer: intermittent fasting. By eating within a set window of time each day, you stimulate BDNF, or brain-derived neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF as a growth hormone for your brain, helping to create new neurons and keeping your mind sharp. How would you feel if just a few hours of fasting each day could boost your brain's potential? Each of these steps is a small change, but together, they could add up to big gains in brain health. So, are you ready to eat for a smarter, healthier brain? If you're enjoying these tips and want to keep learning how to take better care of your body and mind, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join us here at Eat Smart, Live Happy. we've got so much more to share: foods, habits, and simple tricks that can change the way you feel every day. Don't miss out on all the good stuff coming your way. More than food, key habits for a sharper, stronger brain. First up, let's talk about aerobic exercise. It's no secret that regular exercise keeps our bodies strong, but did you know it also helps prevent brain shrinkage? Aerobic activities like running, swimming, or even a brisk walk can actually grow new brain cells and protect against cognitive decline. Imagine having a workout that strengthens your body and your mind. So, how often are you getting your heart pumping? Then, there's brain training. Learning something new, whether it's a language, an instrument, or just solving puzzles, literally rewires your brain, creating fresh neural connections that keep your mind agile and adaptable. Think about it. When was the last time you challenged your brain? Could a new skill or a daily puzzle be the mental workout you're looking for? And we can't forget about the importance of quality sleep. We often think of sleep as rest, but it's more than that. It's when your brain repairs itself, balances cortisol, and regenerates brain cells. 7 to 9 hours each night allows your brain to reset, so you wake up clear-headed and focused. Are you getting the sleep your brain needs to be its best? Finally, let's talk about sunlight. That's right, just a bit of daily sunshine boosts your vitamin D levels and melatonin, two key players in brain health. Vitamin D supports mental function, while melatonin helps regulate sleep. Even 15 minutes outside can make a difference. How often do you take time to get some sun? So, what do you think? Adding even one of these habits could help keep your mind sharp, focused, and resilient. Protect your brain for life. Small choices, big impact. So, here's something fascinating. The brain, that 3-pound organ, uses a whopping 20% of our body's energy. Imagine that! Our brains are energy hungry, and they rely on us to fuel them right. A balanced diet, quality sleep, regular exercise, and cutting out inflammatory foods aren't just tips, they're essentials if we want to protect our minds and stay sharp for years to come. Think about it. Are you giving your brain what it needs? Each choice you make, whether it's the food on your plate, the time you set aside for sleep, or the way you move your body, has a direct impact on your mental health and cognitive strength. So, what small changes can you start with today to keep your brain happy and healthy? If this was an eye-opener for you, don't forget to subscribe to Eat Smart, Live Happy for more tips on fueling your body and mind. And let us know in the comments, which of these insights surprised you most? Or was there something you've already been doing that makes a difference? We'd love to hear your thoughts.